everybody. Welcome back into the form where the good racing continues again this weekend. We concentrate at Matamata with group and listed racing, particularly the babies to the fore there, the 2-year-olds, and we've got the Southland guineas as well far down south. So to talk about all the action this weekend, we've just got the smaller team this week with Lisa Chuttick and Aidan Rodley along to try and find you all of the winners, and this is what we'll be concentrating on. We'll start off with the two-year-old races, the Group 2 and Group 3, Matamata Breeders and Slipper. Then the undercard, including, of course, the Lisa Chuttick Champagne Stakes at listed level. Off the back of that, our racetrackers. Then we're heading down to Invercargill. We're looking at the two features there, the Southland Guineas and the Invercargill Cup. And then, as usual, we'll be finding you our best bets for the weekend. We head to Matamata for our feature meeting this weekend. So, Leith, as I say hello to you, what's the weather and track conditions looking like?
Yeah, morning, Pip. Look, Matamata has come up with a great card. Look, the rail's back in the true position. It's currently a soft 6, but I'd say by race day we should get to that sort of good 4 range with the maybe a couple little showers on Friday, but it looks like a really nice day's racing coming Saturday.
That's what we want to hear, and we'll start off with the Group 2 feature first, the J-Swap Contractors Matamata Breeders Stakes here. Over the 1,200 metres, La Dorada heads the betting at $1.80 from To Capital at $4.50, and then you've got Maricopa Falls there at $7 along with Tale of the Gypsy. Take you back to the key lead-in. It is the 2-year-old Karaka Million, and La Dorada here, Leith, was just very good off the front.
Yeah, very good ride by Craig Williams. Obviously, he was sort of leading, and he controlled a race which sort of didn't have as much tempo as we all expected. Look, she was really strong. She'd definitely improved off her last start, second there at Ellerslie, and certainly back to her home track. She's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Key form line leading in, isn't it? Great to see these Karaka Millions horses carry on through the preparation, these Group 1 races coming up. She was dominant that day, and her only defeat was at the hands of Too Sweet in the Eclipse Stakes. She'd won on debut, so she looks like a really progressive 2-year-old filly, and you know how much the Matamata trainers love winning the Breeder Stakes on their home track. Let's have a look at To Capital's win in the Wellesley Stakes. This was good. Beats home Intention, who had really good form leading in. Intention had won the Group 2 Wakefield Challenge Stakes, beating home Landlock, who'd run so well in a Karaka Million, Maricopa Falls, who's in this, and Miss Ziggy, who placed in a Karaka Million. So for To Capital to do this on debut against a horse like Intention, I think it says a lot about her ability, Lee.
Certainly, it was a great effort. Look, she was only going in there with one trial under her belt as well. So, look, she was beaten at the 200-metre mark, you'd think, and for her to sort of hit the line like she did the last 50 metres, she was really good.
Exactly. Next horse we're going to have a look at here is Born to be Royal, and just got a little bit lost maybe, just got back and running, chases home the stablemate here to Haste, but a lot to like about this performance. I know she's held in pretty high regard, Lee.
She jumped from barrier 1 this day, and I don't know quite what happened. She's got a bit lost in the back of the field and got held up turning into the straight. She actually won race. The last 200 metres section was the fastest in the race as well.
And there has already been money for Born to be Royal too. $19 now into $16 with the TAB. Well, from there we're going to head back to the track and get some key information from our trainers. We'll start with Stephen Marsh. He's got the 2 runners in, and Aidan asked them how they're both going into this.
Look, they're both very nice fillies. They're in a very good field, but they both galloped by themselves yesterday. Both gone very good, and yeah, I mean, draws will be crucial, I think, for them. Both going very well.
Yeah, good. She's got a fantastic constitution. She's not overly big, but what she lacks in size, she makes up for in toughness, I suppose. Had another one that had a quiet week following the Karaka Million. Work was very good here. And just seems to thrive on the racing and the stable life. So she's going the right way. Again, we think she'll be very tough to beat and certainly on track. Yeah, good. We gave her a bit of a freshen up following the Wakefield. Obviously, she was a beaten short price favourite. Pulled up a little bit jarry and then sort of has bounced back well following a short freshen up. A couple of exhibition gallops to go in. Work was top notch here. A filly with plenty of upside, so going well. Yeah, really impressed with her trials. I thought her debut run was very good behind In Haste, who we've got a lot of time for. Found a little bit of trouble in the run, but would have learned a lot. Got back, sort of weaved through and rattled home. Filly with plenty of upside. It's going to be a lovely 3-year-old. Whether it comes too soon on Saturday, we're not really sure, but shows plenty of natural speed here and looks another nice chance.
Well, to be quite honest, I've got a couple of races down at Riccarton that we were quite keen to target, but look, it'll all depend on how she goes. You never know, like, you can win at the trials, but you need to find another 10 lengths race day, so if she can do that, the one thing about her is she's very, very professional, and she's just got a great nature on her. She takes it all in her stride, so hopefully that gives us an extra few lengths. So, yeah, she's probably a little bit outclassed in them, but she'll be trying hard.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a little bit of an upset. I'm with Born to be Raw. I liked its first up run, when second, fastest sectionals in the race for the last 200 metres, and she opened at 19s, and I think she's going to keep coming in. I think she's probably a $10, $8 chance.
Well, it's an interesting race, and even Pam Saw's Angel's Brew had beaten Born to be Royal at the trials, so there's not a horse in this race that you could discount, but I think the right form line coming in is the Karaka Million. Really like what we saw from La Dorada that day. We get that word from Sam Burgesson that she's progressed to their liking, so yeah, I'm to the top of the book and going with the favourite Pip La Dorada.
Okay, so that's what the guys are liking in the Matamata breeders. Now let's move to the other race, the 2-year-old. For the boys, the Fairview Matamata slipper at Group 3 level return to conquer. $1.60 now into $1.50 to Bravery Born at $3.70 on that next line of betting. And then you've got He Who Dares at $7. Let's take you back to return to conquer's last start win at Ellerslie. He just showed his class here, Leith, because he got no favours in the run.
No, certainly. He's sort of at the half mile, he made a bit of a mid-race move as well, and Billy Pinn was pretty confident on him. I think he's going to be a better horse when he's just chasing. I think they ride him a little bit quieter this week. He's definitely the class horse of the field, and I'm quite happy, comfortable with the $1.50.
Geez, the big Brave riding them quiet in a 5-horse race, wouldn't it? Although we know he does have that amazing speed and ability. He's been brilliant so far. He's won 4 trial, 2 races, and he did enough this day at Ellerslie. He's only going to get him better from it. There's just so much upside around return to conquer, but oh geez, that would be brave going back for mine. To Bravery Born is the danger, along with Daylight Robbery. We go back and have a look at this January the 12th race from Ellerslie when they did run 1-2. To Bravery Born came from last. It was a very good effort. Daylight Robbery was there and just wouldn't stay out of the fight. You know, you think, oh yeah, at this point maybe runs 4th or 5th. Well, just fought back bravely to run 2nd. Did run 7th in a Karaka Million to Bravery Born 4th that day. Where does the speed come from, Lee?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think return to conqueror. I think Michael will be neutral. I don't think he'll be leading or sitting outside the leader. Obviously, to Bravery Born, last start he was 4th in the Cracker Millions. He might have been a little bit unsuited by the off sort of track. It did rain just before the race. He's definitely a top 3 chance though.
Okay, and of course, Te Akau do have the 3 runners in the race. So let's hear from Sam Burgesson first. And Aidan asked him about return to conquer and how he's come through that last start run.
Obviously, it probably didn't all go his way there, but he was still good. Obviously, you can't beat the perfect record. He's come on well. He galloped on the rail here yesterday morning, and the work was top notch. He's going to strip a bit fitter second up this time around, so he's going the right way. Yeah, good. Maybe just that first up run sort of took the gloss off him into the Cracker Million. Obviously, we were sort of playing catch up a little bit to get him there, but he was still very brave. He was just a shade slow away. Obviously, the noms look very light at this stage, so he shouldn't be too far off them, and it could be a tactical race, but he's another one that's come on nicely. He had a quiet week following the Cracker Million, and he seems to have bounced back well, and again his work was good here yesterday. Yeah, he had a quiet week following Wanganui. He's come back in fantastic order, sort of grown up a bit from that trip away overnight. Again, his work was good. He's a very interesting runner. He's sort of hard to profile against the other 2 because he hasn't done as much, but he's going the right way. We think he's going to get better in time as well, but a promising galloper going forward.
No, lovely Savabeel colt. He's trolled up good last prep. He's had the 1 troll this time. He was very good. Look, he probably lacks a little bit of ring craft, nice field, but come up a small field, so we're going to have a throw at the stumps.
I'm with return to conqueror. I think he picks himself $1.50. I'm happy with that. He's obviously won 2 race day starts in his 4 trials. He's unbeaten as well, so he'll be very hard to beat on Saturday.
No argument from me on this one, Leith. He just looks like he's got superior ability, and I think he'll be winning this too, Pip.
And he might be one you can chuck through the multis at $1.55. The first of those features on your big Saturday gets underway at 1:35 p.m. Time to have a look at the undercard now at Matamata, and we will start with a really nice race here. Race number 6 on the program, the Lisa Chuttick Champagne Stakes, where we see Legato return to the racetrack after a muscle strain. $2.70 from Ardalio at $6.50, Skewiff at $7, and Irish Legacy at $7.50, along with Improve You and Provence. So shows how strong the field is when they're both sitting there at $13. And speaking of Improve You, let's go back and have a look at the run. Of course, this was some effort. Aiden was at a big quote and really did push Conasana.
Absolutely massive effort from Improve You, and has obviously gone on with it. We actually saw this horse work on Wednesday morning under Taylor Mitchell and was really good as well, so has progressed nicely. Moving Melody is balloted here, but this was a terrific effort, and behind a couple of handy runs as well. But I think considering how close Improve You got, and even I think may have even hit the front in the straight, just out bobbed by Conasana, then she's got to be a factor. Leith, how did you rate her?
Yeah, especially from barrier 6, where you can probably just travel just behind the hot speed in the race. Obviously, it's only a listed race, but it's got Group 1 quality all about it, this race. And, you know, she only just went down by the slightest of whiskers last start.
Irish Legacy's a really progressive mare. She's won 2 of her last 3 of 7 overall. This is definitely a step up, but this is what she's capable of. She was really good last time out. When she gets through, this is, I thought, pretty clinical in the end. It was quite softly. She looks a really exciting prospect, but this is some test for her.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's their biggest test to date. I think the barrier 2 draw's a big help. And obviously, Ryan Elliott's stuck with Legato, so George Rogg gets his first ride on the filly this week.
I just want to have a look at Legato as well. We haven't seen her since a trial in August, although she did have this exhibition gallop. We're having a look at Tauranga last Friday. She looks great. She's big and strong. We'll hear from Ken Kelso very shortly, and she's been able to just be kept ticking over. She's won 9 of 15, a multiple Group 1 winner. 1,400 metres. I think she's quite capable of sprinting well, fresh, Leith, and for mine, you know, she's unbeaten in a couple at Matamata, and I think she's still got to be the horse to beat, even with the question marks about how vulnerable she is fresh.
Yeah, she's just a beast of a horse. Obviously, the harder they go, she's going to be a fair way off them, but she's a big mare. She can definitely carry the 58 kilos. It's not a problem for her either.
No, it certainly isn't. So let's hear from one of her trainers, Ken Kelso, and Aidan just asked him how she's prepared for this race.
She had that exhibition gallop at Tauranga, worked very well. Ryan gave us a tick of approval to throw a nom in at Matamata, and you know, it's a big call to go 1,400 metre first up, but he come over this morning and has been over 2 or 3 times and worked nice against on the outside on the course proper this morning. Very happy to sort of pay up, and you know, she's been a long time for the races. You know, as long as she goes a nice race, and we can look forward going further. But she's reasonably forward enough to not take any harm from it, and you know, then we can look maybe going to the breeders at Auckland. But
look, as you say, it's a very good field, and if they're all at their best, it's going to be very hard to be winning. But I think she certainly deserves her place there, and it's hard to know. Last start was very impressive, and she just keeps stepping up every time she's gone out.
Yeah, look, they're using this as a stepping stone to bigger things. I tell you, it's come up one hell of a field. This could be a Group 1 in itself. Ardalio just, it's not a great race for her, but the timing of 3 weeks into the Kiwi we thought was great for her. And Provence getting ready for the Breeders' Stakes at Group 1. That'll be a much better option for her, but you know, it's a good stepping stone to those 2 good races.
Yeah, really happy with her. Obviously, she's come a long way in the last 12 months, and probably a bit unlucky in the Westbury Classic. Got shuffled up all the way back to last, coming to the corner, and still made up really good ground late. So, look, she's in the race with a chance. She's won at Matamata before. Admittedly, this is probably a Group 1 race on paper. It's come up a red-hot field, which is great for the race and great for the club. But yeah, she'll be competitive, but obviously taking on some very high-class fillies and mares.
Yeah, My Lips Are Sealed's going really well. Freshened up since her mile win down there at Trentham. She's in fantastic form. Unfortunately, the race has come up a lot stronger than we probably would have thought. But look, she's in really good form. We're confident she's going to improve, and she's going the right way. It's probably a Group 1 field almost, so we'll be happy if she's sort of hitting the line there late, and sort of the goal with hers, that probably the Cuddle Stakes. She loves Trentham. Skill with a bit of a head scratcher there, Crack a Million night. Shade slow away, and then sort of had to make a long sustained run, and she sort of got that short sharp sprint. So hopefully, with a barrier draw there Saturday, bit better out of the gates, she can sort of lob there, and she's raced well at Matamata. Back left-handed we think's key as well, and track work was really good here yesterday. So yeah, 2 nice chances again.
Look, it depends on draws, and obviously there's some real superstars in here. It's certainly not an easy race, so if we can get her in the middle of the pack somewhere and get her running home, I think we're going to be pretty pleased.
Yeah, really good. She was a bit below what we would have hoped. We sort of put it down to the right-handed. Her 2 runs prior to that, all left-handed, were very good. And then Courtney just said she got off the bridle a long way from home just with the right-hand turn. So back on a home track, back going left-handed, and we're dropping back to the 14, but she's won at the group level at that distance. One thing there, she's just doing a little bit well this campaign, and we've sort of swung her in the afternoons a little bit now, just trying to drop her body weight so she's just that little bit more fitter. And she'll hit a pretty strong field this weekend. We're thinking that she should really be much more competitive this weekend, and we might even look to ride her a bit quieter, where she might just be able to pounce late. Yeah, a mare that just keeps giving. And another one, we've just sort of tried to dodge the firm ground with her. She's a big mare, and we've just she'll get beautiful ground here on Saturday here at Matamata, home track, and she goes really well fresh. She's worked in well. There's probably a touch of improvement in her, and look, this is quite a lift. This is a very strong field on Saturday, but look, on her day, she can mix it with them, and she got the right sort of run. There's no reason why she can't be in the top 3. Yeah, look, she's been away a wee bit there, sort of late spring, early summer, and we sort of done a quick reset with her. And this seems to be her time of year. She won the race last year, in saying that it's a lot stronger lineup. But usually when she hits form, she really holds it, and she can be quite a sort of late summer, autumn mare. And look, we think her coat and skins come right, where she didn't look right in the spring and summer there. So we're hoping that now we've got her healthy and bright and well, she should race a lot better. So she could be the surprise package of the 3, because on her day she can be competitive in any field, but she certainly chooses her days. But we're hoping Saturday, she really comes with a home track advantage.
She's going to be thereabouts, and left-handed, I think she's better, and she just after she hits that flat spot and then she'll take off again. I think she'll be right in there.
Yeah, I'm actually tipping against my favourite horse, Legato. It's great to see her back. I'm just going to take Irish Legacy, 4th up. She's hard fit. She's getting 3 kilos off the top weight as well. So it's going to be some race though.
Yeah, as it was. It's just a brilliant race. We're just so looking forward to seeing some very good mares and where they go after this. Obviously, there's New Zealand Thoroughbred Breeder Stakes on NZB Kiwi Day on March the 8th, or on Trackside Derby Day March the 8th. I'm with Legato as well. Real respect around those other 2 Group 1 winners in the race. So I thought Skillwith and Provence at a big price were key dangers.
Yeah, there's some really nice value in that race, isn't there, outside of Legato. That's a look at what is a super field. But now we're going to touch on the Kaimai Stakes as well. Race number 8 on the program here. Lock and Aura has been the mover again in the market. She's into $3.50 for Alan Sharrock from $4.20 at opening. Nigella Lane on that second line of betting at $6 from Sassy Lass. Speaking of Lock and Aura, let's take you back to the Taranaki Cup here. She was favourite leading into this. Leith, how did you assess her third?
Yeah, she was really good, Pip. Obviously, the barrier 1 draw, she had to sort of make a run sort of from the 600, so she's got out with plenty of time, had every chance to win. Probably a really good run, first up over 1,800 metres, where this race is a nice 2,000 metre race, where she slots in at barrier 1 again. I think she's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Yeah, really nice performance by a very talented mare. Just how she fits into the race is interesting. Comes out of a Taranaki Cup, and she's a winner of 5 of 9. And then you've got to just stack up the form lines out of what the Fulton family trust. race at Ellerslie. The Wararapa Thoroughbred Breeders, where Nigella Lane was terrific as well. So it's not an easy race to work out. We'll have a look at this one as well. Myla making it 3 straight and beating Doddle. Now, when they've clashed, Doddle and Myla, it's 2-0 to Myla. In between those second placings that Doddle's run to Myla, she was good enough to be winning a Taupo Cup. So it's okay form, but I think maybe just a step below what's needed to be winning this one, Lee.
Yeah, obviously she won her last 3 in a row as well, so she's going for 4 on the bounce. Look, she's consistent, she's in great form, and the 2,000 metres is really going to suit her, and she's got a nice gate 5.
She certainly does, and one that Adam mentioned there, of course, is Doddle. Stephen Marsh does the training. Adam just asked how it is leading into the race.
Yeah, look, going good. She was meant to run in the Open 1500 just over a week ago now at Ellerslie, but just got balloted out. So she's a little while in between runs, but going well and work's been good.
Yeah, she's won her last 3 in a row, so I'm expecting a really tidy run from her. Maura's given her a good lead up between races, so I'm really looking forward to riding her.
Yeah, it's a little bit unorthodox really. It's hard to win a mile, drop back to 12 and go 2,000 metres, but it was just we couldn't get a rider at Ellerslie and we needed to get him out and do something. So as long as he can settle, obviously George got up him a little bit the other day just to try and stay in touch. He can drop out of the field, so if he can revert back to just dropping back and relaxing how he does, I think he'll be very hard to beat.
Flying, yeah, absolutely. Look, another one, she's freshened since early January down there at Wellington, quickest last 600 of the race and got pretty wide, and it was a leader-based race. So, you know, she's another one. She'll probably want a good barrier, but she's going really well. And this is a stepping stone, hopefully, towards an Auckland Cup. And if she's putting a performance in that looks like she's going to stay out there to the Auckland Cup, well, we'll be pretty happy. But, you know, she's never looked so good. She's probably 12 kilos heavier than she's ever been. So she's freshened well, and this will surely tighten her up going forward. But we wouldn't be surprised if she was right in the finish. She's flying.
Yeah, look, his work's been really good. Just he's mixed his form up a little bit, but looking hopefully to strike right this weekend.
Yeah, he was good in the Cracker Million 4-year-old. Unfortunately, I think he drew 18, had to go all the way back, and we rode him for luck. He got the luck. He was really strong late. Sort of Blake was of the impression maybe 2,000 metres next time, so good to get him back up and trip as he was. He got up there as a 3-year-old, but we sort of kept him to the mile this time around. So, yeah, that's another field that's come up very strong. He'll get in with a nice lightweight, though, one here at Matamata, and track work was really good here yesterday.
Yeah, such an even race. I found it a tough one because I think there's basically 5 really strong winning chances in the race for mine. And in the end, I've settled on Trust in You. I thought the run in that Fulton family race at Ellerslie last time out was terrific. The other eye catcher out of that was Tera Matika, who was just unlucky. And then you've got to respect Lokanora, Lingjung Zhongfeng, and geez, I love what we saw from Nigella Lane at Tauheta Nico last time out as well. So for me, it's not cut and dried. Leith, how about for you?
Yeah, obviously Trust in You, since his Melbourne Cup run, he's put on 2 cracking races. Look, I found it a pretty tough race. I thought I'd led on Lokanora. I think the step up to 2,000 metres is really going to suit her, and the nice big roomy track at Matamata as well.
Okay, and that completes our look at Matamata. Catch all the build-up from 11:30 a.m. on your Big Saturday. Race tracker time on the form. Leith, who had you covering your eyes over the weekend?
I've got to take you back to last Saturday at Te Rapa, the last race. There's a malfunction with the barriers, and December's run 4th. By all accounts, if he hadn't been in the top 4, he would have been a late scratching. So for him to close as late as he did, it was a really leader sort of base race. Look, he'll be running in the next couple of weeks in a rating 75 somewhere, but he'll be going very close to winning.
And Pukana was excellent as well on the clock as well, but I totally agree, December 1 to follow. I'm taking you back to Wingatui last weekend, and we're looking for the horse on the inside here. In a race where, of the first 4 in running, you'll find 1st, 3rd and 4th. The run of Perfect California to get into 2nd was sublime. This horse goes around on Saturday at Invercargill, and on this performance should be winning.
Back to Caulfield, the Group 2 Autumn Stakes, Evaporate, having his fresh up run, and he just could not get out underneath Mark Zara when he finally does get out. He's hit the line really well for third. Thought it was a super resuming run. He's currently joint favourite for the NZB Kiwi at $5. We saw what the Hayes stable did at Te Rapa over the weekend. Happy to take that $5 off the back of this run. Here's a summary for you, and you see December for Leith, a perfect California for Aiden, and on with Evaporate. Note them down and pop them in your race tracker. We look forward to the Southland Guineas as the feature down at Ascot. So Aiden, let's head to you. Weather and track-wise, what are we looking like?
Yeah, so currently in that soft bracket, but boy, it looks like a cracking few days in the south leading into race day, and I think 27 degrees even forecast as the high on Saturday. So that track should be coming back into nigh on perfect condition for a good day of racing.
It certainly is. As we take a look at the first feature, race number 7 on the program, the Ascot Park Hotel Southland Guineas, and Pivotal 10 is your short price to favourite, $1.75 into $1.70. Lily $7.50, the only other runner in single figures. She's looking for 5 straight. She's looking to do the double here for Sam Wynn, who trains and rides, and you know, she was already looking like a really nice filly, Aiden, but the way that she put them away here and the way that she had to do it, boy, this was impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was a little bit of a test for her. I think the track had actually been upgraded to a good 4. We've got it there as a soft 5, but she'd been very good on those rain-affected tracks in the lead-up. And the question was, just how would she go on a slightly better track? Well, in no uncertain terms did she say it doesn't matter about track conditions. She just seems to be getting better and better. And from those chasing her in the Gork Guineas, Leith, I'm not so sure we're going to see anything turn the tables.
No, nothing out of that racing. Come out and beat her on Saturday. I actually thought, look at her action, she looked better on the better track as well. Look, she's flying at the moment. It'd be interesting if there's anyone sort of got a penciled in for a Kiwi slot race as well.
Yeah, exactly. And reading through the week, the Sam Wynn was open to the idea of an approach. Lily's a 3-year-old filly by Water Cree that seems to be getting better and better. Seeing the Ross Beckett colours there in the gold. And this was a really good win. It wasn't rating 65 company, so steps up now to stakes level, but has won 2 of 5, Leith. And I just love the way that she dug in. She pinned the ears back and said, yep, I'm happy to be in the fight. In the end, comes away to win this pretty comfortably.
Yeah, look, I know they had the race. This was a nice sort of hit out for her. Obviously, she won her first race. She still does things a little bit wrong, but it was she really puts her ears back and she really attacks the line. So, yeah, definitely a top 3 chance.
Yeah, she certainly is. And, of course, third favourite is Sesembra, and Stephen Ramsey does the training. Aidan just asked him how she's come through that last start run.
Yeah, real happy with her, Aidan. She raced at Gore and then she went straight to Terry Kennedy's, just an hour up the road, and he's been real happy with her. She's settled in good and she hasn't missed a beat since she's been there.
Yeah. What have you done with her in training in the lead up since?
She hasn't done much. She's pretty ready. Ashwin Gundasamy, who rides her on Saturday, galloped her on the course proper on last Saturday and just gave her a quiet 1,000 metres, and he was very happy with the way she went.
In this field, you looked at through the nominations. How does she fit into this race?
Yeah, she'd have to actually draw a good gate, to run. She drew the outside last start and she ended up jumping out first and went right back to last, and the run actually wasn't as bad as it looked like. She was never going to beat the winner, but I think she could have finished a lot closer than she did.
Southland boy too, Stephen Ramsey. I'd love to win the Southland Guineas with Sesimbra. One thing about her, you go back 4 and 3 starts, she's winning at Wanganui and New Plymouth. Big home ride from the Ashes, and also Our Time at New Plymouth. Now, Our Time come out and run second in a Karapeto Classic last weekend. So, yeah, does need to improve off that last start running behind Pivotal 10, though. For mine, she absolutely picks herself. So, no surprise, I'm going with her on top. Leith, I'm picking you on the same boat.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to go past her. She's going for 5 in a row, and look, the better track, I think her action looked better. She's pretty exciting, and she'll be $1.70. I'm happy with that price this week.
Yeah, I'll be locking in that $1.70, running it through multis, maybe with Return to Conquer, as we have a look now at the next feature on the program, and that, of course, is the Invercargill Gold Cup here. Noble Knight favourite at $4.20, from Party at $7. Smooth Operator and Mr. Intelligence, who is the first horse that we're going to highlight. We'll take you back to him winning the Ground Casino last time over the 2,200 metres. Other runners coming out of this, though, Aidan, Noble Knight and Prince Albie. Who impressed you?
Well, you've got to be thinking that Mr. Intelligence is bringing the right sort of form lines. Off the back of this, has come out and won at Wingatui last week and beaten home, a few key rivals such as Sacred Dream and Mahoe as well. But Noble Knight's the horse who's going to impress me, just like the way this horse gets into the work late. And when you look at the margins between them, I think there's, half a length. And there's a decent swing in the weights, I think 3.5 kilograms to Noble Knight, who's proven at the distance. Just so much upside about Noble Knight. I thought was a big improver in this, and no surprise to see him favourite. Leith, how did you assess that form?
Yeah, I thought his last start run was really good. He was sort of blocked a little bit the last 50 metres as well, so he probably couldn't have won the race, but he was going to finish a lot closer. And look, I think on Saturday he gets back to a nice track. It looks comfortable on a better surface as well.
Yeah, some nice form in there, the likes of Stolen Magic, who was a 6.25 length winner last time. Lochnaberry won this race last year, but I thought there was the right form line. I'm coming through the Marlborough Cup and going with Noble Knight as the horse to beat. Leith, for you?
Yeah, you've taken my notes there, A-Rod. But look, he's Noble Knight. He hasn't won for a while. He's well placed, and good to see Billy Jacobson. He's relocated to Christchurch as well, so he's going to be a good jockey to follow down there.
Got both the guys in agreement in the Invercargill Gold Cup. And if you want to catch all the action, well, the first race from Invercargill gets underway at 12:10 on trackside 1.
Need a favour who leads at the moment, giving chase here. We have got Playful Adobe, who's getting nice and close. It's Need a Favour. Playful Adobe trying hard, but the one will beat the two.
Belnige in front. Tailad to use off its back to come strongly. Belnige, Tailad to use. Belnige, lovely drive, Crystal, and the next gen jacket gets to Pride.
The Liquidator is well clear with 100 metres to go. They're lining up for the minors. 4 Square Pete, Underline Sweet Envy, Pacific Princess, but it's all the Liquidator. 10 out of 10 from Lily Sutherland, and the Liquidator streeted them.
There's some good best bets are getting home at good prices as well. So let's try find some more. Leith, who's your best?
I'm going to go early. Race 1 at Matamata Pip. Amaya Star, look, she was really good first up at the races. Trials previous was good as well. Look, she's posted 3 and 4 wide with no cover, and she won with a little bit in hand. So I think she's the Almanzor filly is the one to beat race 1.
I'm going to head down to Invercargill and go for the feature, the Southland Guineas, and stick with Pivotal 10, looking to make it 5 straight. She's been dominant so far, and I expect her to continue that run.
Take you to Friday, New Plymouth. Sir Bruce, who went painstakingly close to winning last start. I think he can break his maiden. He's $3.10 into $2.50. Craig Rill sticks aboard for Robbie Patterson, and that's race number 6 on Friday. Here's a summary for you. Ronso's been on fire. He's with Big Time Lime. Race number 6 on Friday at Whanganui. Wagstar for the Whale as well. And as you can see for me, Sir Bruce, Pivotal 10 for Aidan, and Amos Star for Lee. And that does, again, wrap up the form for another week. Thanks to Leith and Aidan. I'm sure we've found you winners as always, and we'll catch you back next week.